Hello and welcome to FIFA Save My Life. Today we're here with a different type of FIFA Save My Life in the fact that we're looking at the news. There is some breaking news going on and I wanted to raise the point, have a look at it, talk to you about it and get your opinions on it as well, because it seems like it's going to be something that might hit the game that we love really hard. And I have differing opinions on it. I have sort of mixed emotions on it completely and utterly. And I'm going to be completely candid and honest with you during this video to my feelings on it and my experiences as well, to be honest, and my worries. So, what is the news? Well, the news is that loot boxes are now being looked at within the UK. So, yes, loot boxes are being looked at here. We had a Lord this morning talking on BBC Breakfast TV who gave an interview that's now gone on to the BBC News station. Basically they're calling for urgent requirements and urgent look at games such as our FIFA regards to, is there gambling involved, to like FIFA Points for instance and things like that, due to the fact that you have to buy them with actual money and you're taking a chance on what you get, which is the argument towards that's what loot boxes are, in the fact that you're purchasing something but you do not know what you are getting. Now I'm going to go through the actual interview and the article online and talk you through it and talk you through the finer points of it. Now, if you remember rightly, I talked about this sort of the end of last year. Belgium was the first to act on this, and they have banned loot boxes. So FIFA in Belgium, you cannot buy FIFA Points. So they were the first to take sort of umbrage with it, if you like. And it looks like the UK are now following suit. And in a way, quite rightly so. Let's have a look at the news article and go through the finer points, and then we'll go through what I think about it. The Lords say that it should be classified as a game of chance, which would bring them under the Gambling Act of 2005, due to the fact that if your product looks like gambling, feels like gambling, it should be regulated as gambling, the report says, which relates back to the fact that if you spend, I don't know, 20 quid on FIFA Points, you are taking a chance that you get yourself something that you're pleased with, an icon or a Messi or someone like that, or a bunch of 81s that aren't going to do you any good. You are experiencing gambling. That is what it's saying, and that it's got a point. The government must act immediately, it says, to bring loot boxes within the remit of gambling legislation and regulations, said the statement accompanying the report. Lord Grade, chairman of the committee, told the BBC Breakfast report this morning, as I said, lots of other countries have already started to regulate loot boxes because they can see the dangers, which are teaching kids to gamble. And again, we'll go through that in a sec. One expert, Dr. David Zeldel, explained to the committee that either loot box spending causes problems with gambling due to the similarity, or that people who have gambling problems spend heavily on loot boxes. But he warned that either way, the connection was extraordinarily robust. So there is a very strong connection between the two, and it doesn't matter which way you flip it. You can see that there is a real worry about gambling here. The Lords report concluded that the minister should take new regulations which explicitly state that loot boxes are games of chance. It also says that the definition should apply to other in-games that are paid for real money, such as FIFA player packs. There you go. FIFA is named explicitly in this report. Some actions have already been taken in Belgium, as I said. Loot boxes were banned in 2018 due to fears. Earlier this year, Game Regulation Agency Pegi, I can't say it without saying it that way, said clearer warnings labels would be added. And may I say, not been added yet, which we'll go into in a minute. The report also highlights that problems with e-sport betting as other potential gateway to young people. Researchers told committee esports represents the largest growth opportunity for sports gambling and presents a particular worry as its people and spectators are young, which is true. A lot of you watching this will be in your teens to early 20s probably, not like myself, grizzly, gold and grey. But yeah, it's a problem. Now, first of all, we're going to have a look, live search, and we're going to go into Pegi. Right, so Pegi 3, we've got into the Pegi website. Pegi 3, which is what FIFA is actually under. Pegi 3. There you go. So it sounds familiar. We've got the content of the game with a Pegi 3 rating is considered suitable for all age groups. The game should not contain any sounds or pictures likely to frighten young children. Absolutely fine. Other than if you pack Tevez. That might be frightening. But things just got ugly. But other than that, yeah, I completely agree with that. A mild form of violence in comical content. Again, obviously, tackling isn't violent, is acceptable. No bad language should be heard. So again, yeah, absolutely. No any of that. What content it shouldn't have is down here. In-game purchases. The game presents players with opportunities to purchase digital services in real-world currency. These purchases include, but not limited to, bonus levels, skins, surprise items, So again, there is Pegi supporting it. Pegi has not changed anything. So let's get this straight. Though that article says Pegi are looking at it and will change it, Pegi hasn't changed it. So Pegi don't discourage the fact that, you know, FIFA is not a Pegi 3 if you're taking into account there is gambling in there. So yeah, if we go back to that, it is basically completely and utterly gambling. You know, there is a form of gambling in FIFA. I believe strongly there is a form of gambling in FIFA. Now, I read some of the stories to go alongside it. There's parents who, you know, kids are addicted to FIFA due to the fact that they're not addicted to playing the game. They're addicted to spending the money on there, and they, you know, it's almost like crack. You know, they've spent 3,000-4,000. Every birthday is FIFA points, everything FIFA points, because they're addicted to the next fix of, can they get the better player? Can they get the thing? And my view is now with FIFA, looking at it, I love FIFA. You know, FIFA Saved My Life is named for the very reason it did. I've got no problems with FIFA and the fact that it's a great game. People complain about it, but people complain about anything these days. Everything's offensive, and I get that. But my honest opinion on it is, the more I've played it, and especially as a YouTuber, the more pressure I feel to spend money on there. You know, and I haven't particularly, but I feel a lot of pressure too, because I can't get the big players. I open so many packs, I trade, I spend all my time on it. I spend time away from my family to create the channel. And my thoughts on it is, yeah, there is a lot of pressure on people. You think about people like Castro and that, the amount of money they spend to get great players, and that's absolutely fine. They've got the money. They're getting the big quan, if you like, from Google, from sponsors, etc., to open packs. That's absolutely fine. But is there a warning on their videos to say, you know, I'm opening packs, yes, it's cost me £1,000 or $1,000, don't follow my example, I'm doing it because for entertainment purposes, not because I want to show you how easy it is to pack a Messi, pack a Ronaldo, pack an R9, etc. They don't have warnings, and I think they should. I don't do pack openings particularly. And I now wouldn't do pack openings. The more I read about this and the more I think about it, I won't do pack opening. I want to do SBCs, as I do. I want to do player reviews. I want to look at gameplay. I want to look at ways that you can, create coin in the game. Look at tactics to get yourself better, because that's the essence of football in real life. Really, is if you were playing something like Football Manager and that. Those are the elements that you take into it. The fact is, you play a proper game and it's up to your skill how well you do, I think is brilliant. I have no problem in it, and that's the essence of the game. I really don't like the FIFA Points side of it. I think it puts a lot of pressure on people to go out and buy, and I think the fact is, you do see these people go on Twitter. You do see and I do, and I get affected by it. I see these people go on Twitter and say, "Oh, look at me! I've just packed 99 Ronaldo," and I think, why haven't I packed 99 Ronaldo? I've opened up like 100 packs this week. Or 150 packs this day, or anything like that. There's loads of times where I've sat there and I've literally crafted pack after pack after pack, especially like the plus 81s at the moment. And I've probably opened 500-600 of those, and probably the best I've got out of it is, I don't know, a 90 rated player or something like that. But that's it, a majority. And then I'll see someone else pack a 99 Ronaldo out of it, say for instance, or back when we had the tots on. That made me feel like I need to go out and I need to spend, because I need to be competing with that. If he's doing it, then I should be doing it. So as a personal thing, from a guy who's doing YouTube, and he's a small YouTuber, and I am a small YouTuber, then from my personal experience, there's a lot of pressure on me to want to go out and spend money on this game, and I don't have the money to spend on it, but there is so much pressure. I literally sit, and part of my depression is I do sit and I ruminate. The reason FIFA saved my life, and you'll see from previous videos and people who've been following me for years, thank you very much, by the way, you will see that I have depression. I have very serious depression. And I do find myself going into depressive states about FIFA due to the fact that I can't compete. I can't compete on the pitch because my players now. I play Weekend League, and I couldn't give up Weekend League this weekend. I wanted to give up Weekend League, and I sat there and I thought, I can't do it, because when Thursday comes, which was today, I won't have any rewards to open, and god damn it, I need rewards to open because I got no money to put into this game. So I played Weekend League, and I sacrificed my time again to do that, and that's absolutely fine because I'm doing it for free. It doesn't cost me any money other than my time and my time away from my family and that. But the fact of the matter is, I couldn't stay away because I don't have the money to put into it, and I think that's a pressure. That's causing me pressure and causing depressive episodes, because I will see YouTubers who quite honestly don't do what I do, don't put the efforts in that I do, don't look as good as I do, not physically obviously, but sort of put the effort into their the presentation of the screen, and they're smashing open packs. They're smashing open packs left, right and centre and getting the views for it, and I feel the pressure that I should be doing it. So from a personal point of view, I can understand where this is coming from, and I do get twitchy. I get very twitchy. I think I must spend money. I must find money to spend. I must create money from this channel so I can spend money to open packs. And I think that's wrong. That's not the game, surely. And I think there's definitely something in the game that you play and you think you're achieving well, and then it kind of almost takes the rug from underneath you and you don't then perform well. But then what you then think is, well, hold on a sec, again, Weekend League, I think pretty much most of teams that I've played over Weekend League the last 2 weeks have a 99 player in there somewhere. So they have a 99 red pick or a 99, normal card. Whether they bought that normal card or not. Obviously, red picks you can't buy. But whether they went out and bought the card and spent 3-4 million coins on it, or whether they were they just opened a shed load of packs that then got them that ability to sort of get that 99. That is either way, there's there, but I'm not able to compete on the pitch as much. I'm a decent FIFA player, but I struggle when you've got a 99 Ronaldo up front, or a 99 Messi, or a 99 De Bruyne, or a 90 R9 and people like that, or Pele and all that. I can't. I might have 10 shots, you might have 5, but your 5 shots, you've got a 99 player up front who's going to score more goals than my 95 player, or 94 player, or 92 player, or 93 player. So yeah, again, that's the difference. There is pressure. So from a guy like me, yes, I can see it's gambling. I can see the dangers of it, because I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of thinking, how do I find money? It's like a crack addict. I am literally, well, what do I sell to get money? What do I sell to do this? And I haven't broken down yet. I haven't broken to it yet, because there's bigger things in life that I need to spend money on, bills, etc., etc. But it's a risk. I've been close more than once, really close, and that's not good. And I'm being honest with you and opening my heart and kind of being really honest, and probably too honest. But hopefully you might feel the same and realise you're in the same boat. And then if we go to the second point, about young kids spending money on FIFA, it is gambling. There is a percentage on each pack that says what you could get. You could get a 1.8% chance of getting a TOTS player. You could get a 1.2% chance of getting it. That's your odds. And you open the packs and there's your odds. So yeah, what's the difference between walking in a bookies and saying what's the odds on Red Rum to win today, and Red Rum is 5-1, right? Okay, I'll put £20 on that. Or what's the odds on me getting a R9? Well, 1.8%. I'll take those odds. There's £20 worth of FIFA points. It's the same thing. Because I might get a win from Red Rum. I wouldn't, because he's dead now, but I might get a win from Red Rum, or I might get an R9. But that's the chance. That is the dice you are rolling, and that is a slippery slope. And I actually feel really strongly about this, and I've kind of put off talking about it for a long time. I don't do videos, as you know. I've been asked to do videos. I've done one, I think, over FIFA 20 on opening packs, and I don't feel comfortable with it, is the answer. And I didn't want to say it out loud for a long time, because I don't want to be that YouTuber who's all high and mighty in that. But I look at it, I've got a son. He's 20 now, nearly 21 now. Oh God, I'm so old. But he's nearly 20. I wouldn't want him spending loads of money on FIFA points, because it's there. There is a thought on the positive side to FIFA points, right? If you have the money, like the big YouTubers, or you got a job and you've got excess money and you've paid all your bills and all that, and you want to flutter, then do it. I think there's room for that. I have no problem with that at all. I think there is a way of doing it. I don't think it's the way it is now. I think that is too dangerous, but I think there would be better ways. I think personally there would be better ways of doing it, such as just player transfer markets. You could buy a player. You know what you're getting for your money. It's not gambling. If an R9 is, I don't know, 150 quid, then if you want that for Christmas, and you want an R9 for Christmas, and you're happy having that R9 for 9 months, and you look at it and go, that investment is for 9 months, then fine. That I think is a great idea. If you wanted to buy anything over, I don't know, an 88 or something like that, there's a transfer market for it. There is a EA run market. You can go in almost like a what's it called, a vending machine, and you can go in and put your digits in and go, right, okay, I want a Messi, and a Messi is £80. Okay, I'll have a Messi. Done. £80. And that is it. You've paid it. You're not taking a chance. People know what they're getting. EA's still making their money. People still get better players. You've got the choice of what you get, etc. I think packs can stay for lower rating player. You get normal packs in rewards, you get packs in things, but I don't think you buy them. I think you just win them in SBCs and objectives and stuff like that. It makes you want to play the game. There is a serious problem with people slagging the game off and the game ending early. There is now people are, oh, it's a dead game, it's a dead game. It's not a dead game. You've got 3 months left of the game. That's a quarter of a year. What a waste of money that you've spent on getting FIFA, even if you're looking at the 50, 60 quid to buy FIFA. A quarter of that is going to waste because you're saying it's a dead game. You can still play FIFA. There's still people online who play against you. You should have the best team you've had so far by now, unless you've messed it up. And yeah, you've got a chance to just enjoy it for 3 months and enjoy the game as it is. If you don't like it, go and play other games. Absolutely, I have no problem with that. If you think FIFA 20 is a terrible game, then that's absolutely fine. I don't understand why everybody's got a fascination with shouting about it. There's lots of terrible games out there, and no one else goes on about it, but FIFA seems to be held in this massive regard that it has to be like perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's not football. Football's not perfect. Good God, have you watched any of the games since we've come back from lockdown? They are horrible. Football's not perfect. With agents and all sorts of crap, massive transfer fee. Whoever spends the most money wins the league and things like that. It's crap. There is injustices all over the place. That is life, unfortunately. But I think FIFA is the best game that we've got on the market at the moment for playing football, and you should be enjoying it. And I think without the pressures of things like loot boxes and better objectives, better promos. Now, I love Summer Heat. I think it's bringing it back for me personally. I'm really enjoying Summer Heat. I'm enjoying the players that are coming out of Summer Heat. And I've not paid a penny for any of them. They're all SBCs. My Fabinho, my Bobby Firmino, my Ericsson, people like that, Mende. They've all been either objectives or SBCs. Not cost me a penny. And I love every one of them. And I look forward to playing football with them every day, getting them on the game and using the cards. That's not a problem. That's the way it should be. So, it starts off with, should loot boxes be banned? Yeah, absolutely. I think unless you know what you're buying. If you're buying a skin or if you're buying a character, again, I can remember years ago I bought Batman. I was playing the Batman Arkham game, and you get, for £2 you can buy a Batman skin and you can look like the Dark Knight Rises or something like that. And if you want to spend £2 on that, fine, knock yourself out. You know what you're getting. You spend £2 and you get the Batman skin as advertised. Done. Boom. It's not a risk of what you get. That's what you get. That is absolutely fine. I think, in-game purchases, fine. If you're paying for, again, I used to love Rockstar and stuff like that. If you're paying for certain music and you're doing it, it's like going on to Apple and going, right, okay, I want a movie to watch tonight, and literally putting like £13.99 in, and you don't know what movie you're going to get. You could get an epic movie that you've been looking forward to. You could get a pile of crap that you don't want in a million years and you're just going to never watch. You wouldn't do it. And I think this is the same. I think it's flawed. I think it's bad. It's the worst thing about FIFA. And me personally, yes, I'm affected by it. It affects me massively. It really does. I am tempted to gamble to get the cards to make my channel better. And I have to keep telling myself, no, don't do it. Just put your head down and keep making good videos. And sooner or later, people will follow you, and it works. But people these days are looking for shortcuts. They're looking for shortcuts to better teams, shortcuts to better channels, better everything. And the way of doing it is paying for it. And sadly, that is intrinsically insensuous within this game. And yeah, I'm going to put my hand up and say I'm affected by it massively. I am really affected. It affects my mood. It affects how I am in my world. It affects how I feel about my channel, which I'm incredibly proud of. But at the same time, I shudder. I think, oh God, I'm not as good as him. I don't open as many packs as him. And I kind of, like I said, I feel I have to compete. But I have to pull myself aside and have a word with myself and say, no, you can't do that. You can't afford to do that. But there is people out there who have, and there's people who gamble. We've seen the stories. People who've gambled away their wages every month on packs. And the truth is, it lasts a year. And that's fine. If you go out for a drink on a Saturday night, you'll spend 50 quid easy. And you'll never see that 50 quid again, and you'll have a hangover in the morning maybe. But you've had a bit of fun. That's fine. That's the same thing. You take your money, you take your chance, and you've got your year's worth of fun out of it. That's buying the game. I think the other stuff within it, I think it's wrong. I really do. That's my two penneth. I really do. Guys, I've gone on. I know it's unscripted, and I really have sort of gone off on a tangent a bit, but I wanted to be honest with you. I wanted to really open my heart and let you know how much this affects me in my world, my mood, my depression gets affected by it. Although FIFA does help with my mood and takes my mind off it, it's when it hits really when I'm making videos and I'm looking at other people's videos and I'm trying to compete. And I realise that I can't compete because I don't have that money, or I don't have that ability to go out and spend money on FIFA points. And it hits me hard in depression-wise. It sets me back. And it does make me want to give up FIFA. But then I love the game itself. So I'm really torn. And I don't know what to do. But I think this is very welcome. I think this report that's come out is very welcome. Hopefully there is swift movement on it. And EA Sports takes a mature adult approach to this and realises that a Pegi 3 game should not have gambling involved. And you either make it a Pegi 16, which is, or Pegi 18 even, to be fair, you are gambling with it, or take the gambling out and find cleverer ways of doing it. And like I said, personally, I would not in any way, shape or form reject the fact that you could buy players. If you had your icon players, and yes, you could still get them in packs in luck if you do your objectives and you do your weekend leagues and stuff like that, and you're working towards that, and there is a chance there, but you're not costing yourself anything other than the time, and that's the idea of the game. But if you want a shortcut to it, yeah, you can go and buy yourself a Ronaldo, but you know what you're getting, and I think that's probably the best option that there is. Whether EA Sports is ethical enough to do that, I don't know. And I'd love them to come out and say something. We know probably they won't. They didn't when the Belgian thing happened. I don't see them doing this, but I would love them to do it, because I wouldn't like it to be the end of EA, and I wouldn't like it to be the end of FIFA. But I'd like it to evolve. Everything's got to evolve. We're seeing that out in the real world at the moment, with the Black Lives Matter and everything like that. The world is evolving and having to move with the times, quite rightly so. This is another example. We have to move with the times, people. So there you go, guys. Like I said, sorry about the ramble, sorry about the rant. Hopefully some of it's coherent. But I really wanted to share my opinion on it. I really wanted to share my thoughts on it and my experiences and my struggles with it as well, and I've not told anybody this, that I am torn on a daily basis by it, and it causes me great pain. So yeah, it would be very welcome for me to see this being sorted out and done properly, hopefully. There you go, guys. That's my two penneth on it. Let me know down below what you think, how you feel about it. Not just I hate the game or anything like that. It's, do you think there should be gambling in the game? Do you think there is gambling in the game? Is it an overreaction? Is it not? Is it an underreaction? Is it long overdue? just let us know your thoughts down below. It'd be really nice to sort of see what you feel about it, and yeah, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Thank you very much, guys. Take care of yourself, and as always, if you can, find someone who can. Bye bye.